7.7 is just solving radical equations. These are just the steps. You need to get the radical alone first, and then you have to solve for whatever the variable is. You really don't need to check the answers because we can walk around and check the answers. So here we go. Okay, I don't know why that one's written like that, but we'll worry about that later. So basically, the radical's alone. Everybody see that the radical is alone? So all you have to do is whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we're going to square both sides. And by squaring both sides, it negates the square root and the square. It cancels each other out. So you're left with y minus 2 equals 3 squared. 3 squared is not 6. 3 squared is 2 3s, and 2 3s make 9. And then add 2 to both sides. So y equals 11, final answer. This one, it just kind of got weird, but it's x plus 3 is equal to 4. The radical is alone, and once the radical is alone, you can square both sides. This will negate the square root, the square and the square root, so you're left with x plus 3 equals 4 squared is 16. Subtract 3, x equals 13. So that's one type of problem when the radicals are already alone. Here's another one when the radicals are not alone. The first thing I have to do is to add 2 to both sides. See how the radical is finally alone on the left-hand side? And once it's alone, then you can square both sides. So you're going to be left with x minus 3 is equal to 3 squared, which is 9. Add 3, x is equal to 12. Again, you must subtract 2 first. You'll get the square root of x plus 1 equals 2. Do you notice that the radical is alone? And once the radical is alone, you can square both sides. And you're going to be left with x plus 1 equals 2 squared is 4, so x equals 3. The radical must be alone before squaring both sides. And the grand finale, you must add 2 to both sides first. The square root of x plus 1 equals 3. Now, once you get the radical alone, you can square both sides. So x plus 1 equals 9, so x equals 8. The beginning problems, the radical will be alone, and the back side, the radicals will not be alone, and you have to get them alone before you can square both sides. So, and that's all there is to 7.7.